in a workplace scenario, if your supervisor or a colleague of yours is making your life hell, maybe you've got a stressed out boss and the boss is panicking about deadlines and they're hounding you, they're getting cross, and they're starting to get a little bit mean to you. The first instinct would be to be more apologetic. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to make it work. I'm sorry. But if you say sorry, you might notice that they're going to get even angrier, right? They might say, don't just say sorry. I need you to actually think of what to do. I need you to give me a solution. So in this case, an apologetic tone doesn't really help. And if anything, it can sometimes make the tensions of the situation even more inflamed. That's why I brought up BARD. So if you are naturally very worried or nervous, or if you dislike confrontation, the first thing you need to do is breathe. Calm yourself down, slow down your heart rate, and most importantly, remain in control of your emotions. If you remain in control of your emotions, you will be able to navigate this properly. Assess. By assess, I mean you need to figure out what's really going on. What are they complaining about? But maybe it's not the words that they're saying. Maybe it's just the general situation that's got them worried. So you need to figure out, is there a way that this issue can be solved? And if so, what can I offer them to remedy the situation? And it can't just be sorries, it can't just be minor nice words. They will normally need an action plan or some good results. Then you raise. This can be raising your tone of voice to match the situation. Maybe sometimes it can be raising the volume of the voice, but don't shout louder than them, because they might then think they need to shout louder than you. It ends up turning into a kind of game of one-upmanship. That spirals out of control, that's dangerous. So raise only to match the level of energy they have. And then you de-escalate. Redirect that energy towards a solution and help bring the temperature down. In this scenario, so if my boss is starting to panic at me about deadlines, I wouldn't start yelling at them, but I would use a firm tone of voice. So maybe, let's say, boss says, look, this project is already a week late. I need to understand why deadlines are slipping. So then it's like, I know. Let's be clear though, it's not our internal team. They've gone above and beyond for us. The main issue has been delays from the vendor. Look, here's what I propose, and then offer a solution. So as you can see with that tone of voice, you're making things very clear. You're drawing a line in the sand to not let this boss take it out on you or your colleagues. You let them know what's really going on. And then at the end, you're offering a solution. And by bringing it down, I bring it down with my tone of voice too, saying, look, here's what I propose. Or maybe, let's say, the shoe is kind of sort of on the other foot here. Maybe you've got a coworker, and this coworker is always late. Once, whatever, I can live with once. Twice, okay, it's annoying, but, what are you going to do? Accidents happen. But if it becomes a recurring pattern that they seem to have no intention of trying to solve or no intention of trying to fix, that's when it delves into serious territory. So yelling at them, that's probably a little bit too much. You need to let them know that it can't be tolerated, and you need to demand that things improve. So in this situation, number one, breathe. So calm yourself down and make sure you give yourself the room to figure out and assess what's the issue here, what's actually at hand, and how best do we solve this. Raise. So you raise the stakes to let your coworker know what the real consequences of this are. And then you de-escalate by trying to direct them towards a solution. Or better yet, you get them to provide the solution for you. So again, I would recommend a more firm tone of voice here. And you tell them, come on, this is the third time this has happened now. Can you tell me how you're going to be on time moving forward? So with this sort of scenario, with this sort of tone of voice, then you let them know you can't just keep doing this. You can't just be late, say sorry, and expect that to make it all okay. You need to demand that they actually be better in the future. So what can you learn from all of this? I guess the most fundamental point, don't let other people walk all over you. Set boundaries for yourself and make sure you reaffirm them. And then once you've made that first step, then you need to think about what you're fighting for. Because with the right motivation, you will be able to find the courage to stand up. Stand up for what's right and stand up for you. Number 2, pick your battles carefully. So some confrontations are worth it, others are just not. And confrontations about ethics or confrontations about well-being or fairness, those are worth fighting for. Confrontations about overtime, violating your boundaries, you can stand up. Don't let the Bill Lumberghs of this world dominate you. And number 3, match energy. So remember the BARD system. Breathe, assess, raise, de-escalate. Don't be too apologetic. Don't be too angry. Don't be too passive-aggressive. And always try your best to redirect the energy towards a solution. And these confrontations in the moment, they're not going to feel pleasant. But more often than not, at the end of the day, you will be proud of yourself once you've made this stand. And maybe later you'll be glad that at least you said something.